The latest developments that have flooded the internet with commentary raise a new hypothesis for the team, perhaps a new fan preference. Something so simple, and for some, even insignificant, it all started with a dance move. A moment that might have gone unnoticed in any other context, but not in Cleveland. Not now. Not in this quarterback room. In a video posted by the Browns, fifth-round draft pick Shedeur Sanders, the youngest and most talked-about quarterback on the roster, leaned over to 40-year-old Joe Flacco and asked the kind of question that usually doesn't echo in training camp. Have you ever done that dance move? Flacco's response? Definitely not. I don't know if I've ever done a dance move in public in my life. That brief clip sparked something. Browns fans flooded the comments with everything from laughs to heartfelt thanks. Funny uncle and his favorite nephew. I love everything about this. Oh, they're going to make me fall in love with them together, aren't they? But behind the smiles and the social media buzz, there's a battle brewing that's anything but cheerful. Shedeur Sanders isn't here just for the vibes. He's here to get started. And with names like Dillon Gabriel, Joe Flacco, and Kenny Pickett in his way, this isn't just another quarterback competition. It's about the future direction of the franchise, the identity of the roster, and, potentially, the strategic use of 2 high first-round picks in 2026. But before we continue, let me know in the comments, which quarterback is your favorite? I want to hear your thoughts. Sanders came to Cleveland carrying more than just the Sanders name. He brought the swagger, the charisma, the digital spotlight, but most importantly, reports suggest he also brought the game. At OTAs, rumors began to swirl. He might be the best quarterback available. In the secondary, where the second and third units play, Sanders would have gone 6 of 7. Gabriel, on the other hand, struggled 2 of 6. And yet, Sanders was not being represented by the first team. Why? Analyst Nathan Zagura broke it down. Shedeur's development isn't just about completions or flashy plays. It's about mastering the playbook, commanding the huddle, processing pre-snap reads, and post-snap adjustments. Joe Flacco has 191 NFL starts. Kenny Pickett, 25. That operational rhythm? It's second nature to them. For Sanders, it's still a learning curve. But don't mistake patience for doubt. Offensive coordinator Tommy Rees emphasized that Sanders has worked his tail off. They're not rushing him, they're preparing him. And that's where this gets deeper than a preseason depth chart. The Browns don't just have 4 quarterbacks, they have a dilemma hanging like a guillotine over their quarterback room. Come 2026, they'll hold 2 likely high first-round picks. If neither Sanders nor Gabriel seizes control this season, those picks could easily turn into a new quarterback. That's the reality. That's the business. Dan Lab put it bluntly, you've got to know. Are we using one of these picks or both to go get a quarterback? Or do we have a guy we're going to build with? That question transforms every snap Sanders takes in practice into something bigger than development. It's an audition for the franchise's future. Ashley Bastock added even more context. Last year, the Browns tried to hold on to 4 quarterbacks hoping someone might bite on a trade. This regime values quarterbacks, not just as players, but as assets. And then comes the kicker, draft position. Gabriel was taken in the 3rd round. Sanders in the 5th. That difference? It matters. More opportunity, more patience, Gabriel has the edge on paper. But on the field, the tide could be shifting. So when you see Sanders laughing with Flacco, when fans react with hard eyes and gifs of uncles and nephews dancing at weddings, remember, this isn't just chemistry. It's strategy. It's leverage. It's the Browns, playing a long game that stretches from this summer's OTAs to next spring's draft board. And we're just getting started. Let me know what you think so far. Should Shedeur Sanders already be getting first-team reps? Or is the Browns' cautious approach the right move? The Cleveland Browns are threading a needle. They're watching every throw Shedeur Sanders makes, not just to assess whether he can win a few games, but whether he can save them from spending one, or both, of those precious 2026 first-round picks on another quarterback. This is a team trying to predict the future while living in the now. That's why the scrutiny over Sanders' reps is louder than it's ever been for a 5th-round pick. Nathan Zagura emphasized that the organization is not slow-walking Sanders out of disrespect. It's all part of the operational climb. Until Sanders nails the rhythm of calling plays, reading defenses, and managing the huddle, they're not moving him up. But that doesn't mean they're blind to the flashes. He's already outperforming Gabriel in some sessions, and fans have started demanding answers. Why isn't the guy who's executing better getting a bigger stage? There's no conspiracy, Shedeur stressed. It's not about favoritism or draft position, it's about readiness. And yet, the fan base sees it differently. Social media has become Shedeur watch. Every practice stat, every sideline comment, every grainy video clip turns into fuel for debate. One clip of Sanders spinning the ball after a touchdown throw generated thousands of likes in minutes. This is more than hope, it's hunger. Browns fans have waited decades for quarterback stability, and in Shedeur, some believe they're seeing the future arrive early. But the coaching staff is balancing excitement with responsibility. Tommy Rees and Kevin Stefanski know the cost of rushing a quarterback. The NFL has a graveyard full of young QBs who were handed the keys too soon. They won't do that to Sanders. Yet, at the same time, every clean rep, every confident call in the huddle builds pressure. How long can you keep your most dynamic quarterback off the field when he's playing better than the others? Meanwhile, there's tension bubbling under the surface. Dillon Gabriel, the higher draft pick, isn't lighting it up. Kenny Pickett, despite starting experience, hasn't pulled away. Joe Flacco, steady and cerebral, is mentoring and competing simultaneously, but everyone knows he's not the long-term plan. So all eyes shift back to Sanders. If the Browns want to know whether they need to draft another QB next year, they must see what they have in Shedeur now, not just in practice, but in live action. Dan Labb laid it out clearly, you can't just sit them all year and not know. That's not just a football decision, it's an organizational strategy. Because if you don't evaluate Sanders properly this season, you risk flying blind into one of the most pivotal drafts in team history. There's another angle fans are starting to notice, asset management. The Browns know the value of the quarterback position around the league. If Sanders shows real promise, even if he's not your week one starter, he becomes a trade chip, or, more ideally, the reason you don't have to spend another first-round pick next year. That flexibility is priceless in a league where injuries, regression, and surprise retirements can upend entire seasons. Ashley Bastock summed it up best, the landscape can change really quickly. And that's why Cleveland's current quarterback room is less of a competition and more of a chess match. They're not just choosing a starter, they're deciding the trajectory of the next 5 years. What makes this so fascinating is the emotional layer. The fans aren't just watching stats. They're connecting with personalities. Sanders brings swagger, humor, and an underdog edge. Flacco is the wise veteran. Gabriel, the quiet grinder. Pickett, the scrappy survivor. It's a story of contrasts, and Shedeur's rise, from fifth-round question mark to potential franchise centerpiece, is the kind of narrative Cleveland hasn't seen since, well, maybe ever. And whether or not he starts week one, Sanders is winning over the city. The dance moves, the confidence, the work ethic, it's all adding up. He's not just fighting for a job, he's building a bond with a fan base starved for a reason to believe. So now we throw it to you. If you're in the front office, what's the move? Do you give Sanders reps with the starters and see if he can run with it? Or do you trust the slow burn development plan and let the vets take the early hits? Comment below with your take, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Go Browns!